I'm just having an interesting conversation on LinkedIn today with some other coaches and people about AI and whether or not we should say please when we're putting requests in things like ChatGPT. Otherwise, is the AI going to think we're all being rude and eventually come for us? So it's kind of triggered a conversation around the fact that a few years back I worked for a company where they actually thought that starting communication with the word please was commanding and rude. And I get that. I get that. When you can put the right tone of voice with it, oh, please, can you do that? You know, or please, can you help me with something? So there's a difference between a request and a command in the tone of voice. But they were saying that it came across quite abrupt and rude when you put please at the start of a sentence in an email or something. So they would command us not to do it, which was kind of contradictory in itself. So anyway, I didn't stick that job out very long because they had alternative words to use, but it wasn't my voice and I couldn't be myself. So I didn't stick that job very long. So the other one that came up was about when I've worked for a company with a lot of Norwegian people, a lot of Norwegian culture. And they're the opposite. They don't say please at all, and neither do they replace the please with any other alternative, normally. They just say, oh, I want this done. Or, oh, can you just go and do that? Right. And they will just say what they want done, and that's it. No airs and graces about it. But you know where you stand with them. And I loved it. I got on great with them. Perhaps I actually found a community in which I felt I really belonged for once instead of trying to be pink and fluffy. However, some other staff that were British staff used to say, oh, they're so rude, they never say please. And I said, but actually when you look at their language, they don't have a word for please. So they interpret literally the way they would talk in their country, in their culture, in their language, because they're not used to saying please. They don't have an option for saying please. However, you do the job, and the one thing they will say more than we hear in this country, and that's thank you. They will always say thank you. So there's the other end of that as well, is the please and the thank you. And there was another point I was going to with this, and I'm doing well to even try a live video on this or try and record a video when my head is still struggling with certain mental health issues up here. There was a third point to this and it's gone. Yeah, I have aphasia and it means I lose track of what I'm saying, what I'm thinking, and I'm trying to talk about mental health and have my own challenges. This is great fun. So please bear with me. That's plea, request. The other one was whether or not to put it at the end of a sentence. That was it. Do you say please at the end of a sentence rather than the beginning? Would that make all the difference? Or is it still down to tone of voice? So, oh, can you pick that up, please? Or you're telling the kids, go and pick that up, please. And again, you can put that different inflection in it, that different tone of voice, and it turns it from a request to a command again. So is it really about the positioning of the please? Is it about even using the please at all? And the tone of voice, you know, when we're having a verbal conversation, makes all the difference. Your body language, everything about it. But when we're putting that into text, in an email, a text message, or a request to AI, what do? How do we get it right? And how do we ensure that AI doesn't turn rebel on us? So yeah, I'd love to have your thoughts on this. Drop me a comment below.